Hey everyone, here's my update finishing off 2020. This is the place that I am. It's one of my old stomping grounds when I was back at Pepperdine, Point Dume, spelled D-U-M-E, in Malibu. And this is a very special place to me. When I was at Pepperdine, which is just a few miles down the road, this is where I would come for solace in between my intense studies of sports medicine. And in the spring of the year, between January to April, the California gray whales are coming in really close in here as they move their way up to Alaska in the summer. And they come in so close into shore that they can be just beyond the waves. It's a little too early for them right now, but it's pretty amazing because it's really deep right here. There's lava tubes, volcanic tubes, and it's just an amazing place. A solitude, as you can see. Anyway, here we are, December 30th, 2020. What a tumultuous year. Lord have mercy. 2020. Clear vision. This year has been about clearing our vision. Lifting the veils of illusion. Lifting darkness from our personal selves. Sorry about the hand. About our collective darkness in society, in this world. That's how I'm seeing it. You know, lots of very uncomfortable things about this past year, as we know. Lots of personal uncomfortableness in my life. Darkness, challenges. But you know, in other times of my life, and I've had a few of some dark, depressing times, nothing I think that has challenged me to this time. You know, cancer's a big one, but every time that I've gone through something that has taken my soul to the depths, where I've questioned who I am, where I've questioned my beliefs, where I've questioned my ideals, I saw that it was life always trying to squeeze more out of me. You know, when we're comfortable, we just get caught in this same rut of thinking. Routine. And when we become kind of automated, that we don't even pay attention to life that's happening around us, to me, that's what a rut is. That's what our routine is. When our thinking is that we're not being stimulated, we're just being these automatic beings that just go through the same groundhog processes of our days. And we forget that life is happening around us. And I feel personally that that's when we get too stuck in our personal routines and ruts, life comes and shakes us up in some core way to say, I need you to wake up here. I need you to look at some things, because this road that you're going down is a dead-end road, spiritually and probably even physically. In my case, you know, with cancer, for sure. And as painful, oh, I see some dolphins out there. Hello, little dolphins. Let's see if I can, I don't know if you can see them. Let's see. So the whales aren't here yet, but the dolphins are. I don't know if I can zoom in enough for you to see. Anyway, trust me, they're out there. But as I was saying, you know, there they are. As I was saying, you know, for me, Since 2017, when Miss left her physical body, that was the start of the shakeup for me. The deep core rattling. I had her for 35 years of my life, since I was 13 years old. She was a year old when we got her in 1982, an orphaned little girl, malnourished filly who just won my heart over. I mean, she was nothing pretty to look at, skin and bones basically. You could pull her hair out in clumps. She had been abandoned, and this wonderful woman found her in a pasture and rescued her to find her forever home. And I was looking for the black stallion, from the movie at that time, and Little Miss at that time was nothing like the black stallion. But God, her eyes, those big, dark, loving eyes, just caught my heart, and I rescued her and she rescued me. And little did I know that we'd have 35 magical years of profound teachings and awakenings, when I realized that she was a Zen master that was here to guide me and to teach me in her little Zen master way, in the form of a horse. And so we were like, as I say, two little trees that grew, saplings that grew into one tree. And so when she left her physical body on May 29th, 2017, that was the beginning of the ripping away of shaking my core to a degree you can't even know. And that started these subsequent losses in my life, losses, peeling away of who I was and things that had become part of my being. And sometimes life strips those things away, and it feels horribly uncomfortable and painful. And yet, what it's really doing is, it's like, the caterpillar that has to become the butterfly. They have to go through the cocoon and the metamorphosis and the goo and the unknown, and this culmination of cancer was just all of the loss and the grieving and the stuck patterns of thinking that I have carried through my story, of whatever my story was, that life is basically saying that's we're gonna shift you, Lisa. There's more now. And cancer has been the fiercest messenger of all. I guess I can take this off. Don't have to look like I have a beard. It's just been the fiercest messenger that has taken me and said, look at, there's things to awaken to here. And man, has it taken me to the core, and it's gone to past life regression, to, the journeys that I've taken with my therapists. Like I said, this has been a journey of healing on all levels. The physical manifestation is just, like I said, it's if you were watching a movie on the screen, it's the movie, the body is the movie on the screen, but the projector is our mind, is our spirit, is our emotions that are projecting onto the screen, onto this body. And so cancer has just been this culmination of all this stuck stuff that has come to fruition, and it was time to awaken me, to peel the layers off, so that I could do a deep soul search and awaken to my new self that is happening, that is in process right now. And I can honestly say, as dark and as scary as this journey has been, man, I wouldn't trade any of it. I wouldn't trade any of it, because it is enlightening me. It's forced me to surrender my ego. You know, we all have an ego, of course, a human ego. If we're in this body, we have an ego. And, you know, the ego is that part of ourselves that wants to protect us. You know, the ego is put in place when we were little kids, when we were defenseless, and we had to put all these protection mechanisms up and survival mechanisms, and in whatever degree. But as we grow into adults, that ego wants to continue to control our lives with patterns and defense mechanisms and survival mechanisms from our past that may not be, that may be antiquated as we mature and grow older, and that's what I have found. So, you know, the ego wants to hold us back out of protection, out of survival, but coming into our spiritually mature adult selves, we get to tell that ego, thank you, thank you, thank you, but we're doing something new. We're doing things in a new way. And so I know I'm probably talking in cryptic language here right now, but I'll be writing a book about all of this at some point. But yeah, I've had to surrender my ego, you know, that we accumulate this story about ourselves and these beliefs, and you know, life continues to move and evolve and change, and nature shows this every day. And we have to change and evolve and grow, but we have a tendency to fear and cling and hold on to what we know because it's familiar. It may not even be comfortable anymore, but it's familiar, and we're so afraid. You know, we're so taught to be so afraid of life and to be fearful of change, and you know, and in that way we're resisting life itself, and that resistance is energy that builds up in our bodies. You know, our cells hold on to all those layers of resistance, and where we're holding on and where we're clinging to what we think we know out of survival. And we have to, for me, cancer is just like, sorry, excuse the expression, but you gotta let that shit go, Lisa. You gotta let that shit go and let yourself evolve into the butterfly, you know? You were the caterpillar, now you're moving into the butterfly part of yourself. And I see where I've held myself back. Where I've like dimmed my light, where I've held back because I didn't want to outshine. I didn't want to, you know, the guilt of feeling like I didn't want anybody to think that I was any better than anybody, because I'm not. But, you know, we have these beliefs and these feelings of guilt of, you know, I've had a lot of magic and miracles in my life, but it's really come from such a deep conviction of, I've always wanted to be open to life, and I've always believed that what we're taught is so limiting of who we really are. I mean, we're born as these divine, amazing beings, and yet we're taught that we're so small. And God, what a world it would be if we were all taught how freaking beautiful we all are. Maybe I should be in this in this direction. Sorry. Anyway, so this has been a metamorphosis for me, and I did my 3rd chemo session on Monday, and good news is my numbers are going down. 7 weeks ago, my cancer tumor marker was at 485. Before my 2nd chemo session, 3 weeks later, it was at 335, so it had gone down 150 points, and on Monday, it went down about 150 points again. I'm at 186, and the goal is 35 and below. So, and my doctor said that, you know, my blood work is holding strong despite the chemo, and, you know, usually it can weaken the immune system, and my numbers are low. Red blood count, white blood count just slightly below normal, but not much. He said you're holding on and doing all the right things with your exercise and eating, meditation and mindset and prayer and everything. So getting out in nature. Nature is the biggest healer, connecting with Mother Earth. So I don't know, and just having gratitude and joy. You know, I listen to a lot of Abraham Hicks meditations and teachings and Joe Dispenza, and it's all about the vibration that you hold, which is all directed to where we put our mind. And joy and gratitude holds the highest vibration, and it affects all of our cells, and our cells heal with joy and gratitude. They don't heal in stress and worry and fear. And I know it's easier said than done, and it has been the biggest mental game of my life, being an athlete and keeping my mind, you know, diligent and staying in the positive and staying in the joy and staying, but it's imperative. It's absolutely imperative. And so I don't know. You know, I don't have anybody's answers. I only am finding my own on this way, and maybe me sharing my experience, maybe it helps others. I've gotten a lot of people saying that me sharing and being so open has helped them. And that's what I believe, you know, like, what's the point of me going through this, you know, alone? Well, we're all connected. We are all connected. And so me sharing, if it helps to open others to new possibilities, well, oh my God, well, hallelujah. I mean, we all need to share our stories, because we're all the same. We get below the facade that we like to portray to the world, because we think we have to portray a certain way of being to be accepted, to be loved. That's a bunch of BS. That's part of the story that gets us in trouble. So strip it down, people. Let's just strip it down and get real and be authentic and, you know, be vulnerable. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't have anybody's answers. I only have what I've been experiencing, and I can share. And I mean, this is glorious. And so I'm just blessed, and 2020 has made us all uncomfortable on the collective, and that's a good thing. It's a really, really good thing. We all needed to be, like I've needed to be shaken up personally. I believe that this is nothing but a good thing from Mother Earth. And I know it's been uncomfortable, it's been painful, but have we not found ways to live differently? Have we not found gifts that we didn't know we were even missing, like connections with family, connections with loved ones, new time to reflect, maybe change direction in how we want to live our life moving forward. Maybe we're in a job that wasn't serving us, and now we finally have the time to really reflect on that and be creative. I mean, there's so many amazing things that have come out of this year. I know we just want to be like, oh, I just want to get back to the way it was. No, we don't. We don't. The way it was human beings as a whole were not connected with this beautiful planet. We were not living in alignment, and this planet was giving us all of these signs for years and years and years. And finally, you know, I don't know what you believe about the virus. I personally believe it's a gift from Mother Earth. You'll say, well, humans are doing this, the conspiracy theories are doing this. For me personally, it's from Mother Earth, it's from the heavens, it's all God. It's all God, and human beings, we all needed a wake-up call, and we're getting it, and we all need to be shaken to our core, regardless of where it's from. And that's a beautiful thing, because change comes. We're getting out of our rut, getting out of our way of thinking, where we were automatic. And we human beings, we've needed a shaken up, a good core, because that's where beautiful things can come from. So that's my 2020. I'm grateful for all of it, as painful and as dark and scary as it's been. God bless it all. God bless all of you. And I look forward to where we as a collective whole are going in 2020 and beyond. The planet is shifting. She's saying, let's all live together. Let's live in harmony. There are so many beautiful things yet to come. We have only scratched the surface of our beautiful potential as human beings on this planet. And imagine if all of us were living with wide open hearts and seeing each other as one, and recognizing truly that what we do to one, we do to to ourselves. What we do to ourselves, we do to each other. What we do to each other, we do to the planet. So seeing ourselves in each other. Namaste. The love in me sees the love in you. The divine in me sees the divine in you. And that's where we are one. All right, that's my final 2020 message. Happy New Year to you all. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for all of your love, your support, in whatever way you've given it in this year. And I just can't thank you enough from my heart to yours. All right. That's it, team. We'll fade out on that.